Before the analysis, I wanted to say Oldboy was a suggestion I received in a comment in a previous video. Thank you for the suggestion. If you have a film you'd like for me to analyze, please leave a comment and I'll see if I can do an analysis on it. Oldboy is a neo-noir film by Park Chan-wook that follows Odesu, a drunk businessman who has a series of outbursts at the drunk tank of a police station, before having to be picked up by his friend. After calling home at a payphone, Odesu is abducted from his friend. Odesu finds himself imprisoned in a strange room where he is trapped for 15 years. Odesu has no idea why he's been imprisoned, and the lack of human interaction with only a TV to keep him entertained drastically changes him from a bumbling drunk to a desperate man who will stop at nothing to figure out who imprisoned him and why they would do such a thing. 15 years sounds like a long time, but the movie goes through this period in the first 20 minutes. The first 20 minutes of the film is a masterclass in editing, from starting at the cold open of holding the man by the tie on top of the apartment building, being at the police station, Odesu's 15 years being imprisoned, then back again to the top of the apartment building. There is no fat in this first 20 minutes, while also giving us an intriguing beginning to the story, establishing our protagonist's motivation, the creation of the new Odesu, because he definitely comes out of that imprisonment as a completely different person, and it's such a unique way of establishing a character. And having the sequence oozing with iconic style, from the motion graphic titles, the mob outfits, the iconic hotel room Odesu's trapped in, with its strange paintings and aesthetic. The unique and quality style is consistent throughout the film. Oldboy does take inspiration from David Fincher and other neo-noir films like Leon the Professional, but Oldboy does it with a specific Korean flair, but more importantly, it has a certain humor I was not expecting, from drunk Odesu, the comedic moments when Odesu is going crazy in his apartment building, fighting all of the gaudy mobsters, and later seeing them all beat up, and even the comedic chemistry between Odesu and Midu, Odesu's love interest. And this is very fitting with the quote on the painting, "When you laugh, the world laughs with you. When you weep alone." Oldboy has some very dark subject matter, and yet is still able to make us laugh, showing us that sometimes the only way to deal with things is to laugh at it. While there is a great brevity, the issues and themes Oldboy deals with are dark. I was quite surprised by how dark they get. The overarching theme of it all is revenge. Odesu is obsessed with revenge after losing his wife and 15 years of his life is completely justified, but it does consume him, the same way it consumes his antagonist, Lee Woo-jin. Odesu's ultimate sin that puts him through the hell he endures is from an offhanded rumor about a girl at his high school that he starts. Because of this rumor, Lee Woo-jin's sister commits suicide. Lee Woo-jin also has an incestuous relationship with her, so all of those emotions is what leads to Lee Ju-win's Machiavellian plan to trap him in that hotel room for 15 years. I'm guessing that this is some sort of Korean proverb or lesson to the effect that you don't know how big a small sin can become, because that minor moment in Odesu's life leads to his whole world changing. Once we learn the backstory, Odesu goes to confront Lee Woo-jin so he can exact his revenge. But with plans within plans, Lee has another trap up his sleeve. He reveals that he has created a situation for Odesu to fall in love with Midu, and Midu is Odesu's daughter. Making Odesu carry the shame of being in an incestuous relationship, Lee then holds the threat of revealing this to Midu. This then forces Odesu to give Lee the apology he really wants. Odesu humiliates himself and cuts off his own tongue to prove where his loyalty is. Once Lee gets the sweet revenge he wanted for so many years, he gives the kill switch to his pacemaker to Odesu, who, in wanting his own revenge, presses it, but it does nothing. Lee, who now feels fulfilled, kills himself. This leaves Odesu unable to fulfill his revenge. He attempts to get his mind wiped by the hypnotist, but when the monster who holds his memory walks away, he finds that he is the one who took the steps. So now that Odesu is unable to get his revenge, and he's unable to forget that he is Midu's father, The only thing he can do now is laugh with the world. Oldboy is an amazing story with great style, with twists and turns that are genuinely surprising. I honestly did not expect any of what happened to have occurred in the film. And having an authentic tragedy of how revenge doesn't lead us to a better world for ourselves. I have to say, this is an amazing film, and it makes me more interested in exploring Korean cinema, which is something that I haven't done a whole lot of other than Parasite, I believe. To me, this film is a solid B+. It's so engrossing, keeps you so attached to it. It keeps your attention through the whole movie. Really a masterclass in filmmaking. Thanks for listening to my analysis of Oldboy. It would mean a lot if you would like the video and subscribe to the channel and consider supporting me on Patreon. It goes a long way to helping me make more of these videos. Thank you.